Good evening, young people watching Rage. I'm Tim Minchin. I'm guest programmer on this weekend. I got chosen because I'm a highly respected rock and roll artist, or because I'm a pianist who writes songs about boobs. Either way, you should stick around for the next 5 hours while I play all my favourite videos until 4 o'clock in the morning, when you will fall asleep weeping with your hands in somebody else's pants, and I fall asleep crying in this lonely, darkened studio in the middle of the day at the ABC. It's pretty cool. This is a pretty cool life. Join me for 5 hours of my very cool life. Oh yeah, baby, I'm a rocking motherfucker. I was made for loving you. It's gonna be stuff like that mostly. So I think the world can be divided into two types of people. People with excellent taste in music and art, and people who think Freddie Mercury was the greatest songwriter ever to live. I'm very much in the second camp. Speaking of camp, this is Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen. I'll just do that again. Too high. Do it again. I don't know that song. Hello, I'm Tim Minchin. It's nighttime and you're watching all the videos I like on Rage. Ray Davies is not only a genius, but he has really weird teeth, which I think's a wonderful attribute in a singer-songwriter. This is the Kinks, You Really Got Me. I'm Tim Minchin, and I am programming Rage this weekend. Don't go to bed. Yeah. I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna work it out. I always thought this would be a good swing song. Tonight, ooh, we're gonna let it all. I don't know the words. Kiss are inspirational in songwriting, attitude, and makeup, hair. I think probably if you're bringing up children and you want role models to show your children it's how they should live their lives, I think any Kiss video is worth a play. This, however, is probably the peak of their work. It's I Was Made for Loving You by Kiss. I did this is a true story, I did an interview with an American journalist recently who went on to write an article that described me as the meatloaf of comedy, which I was flattered by, I think. Except that maybe that just means I'm really fat and self-indulgent. Yeah, I can take that on board. I think that was fair enough. When I was growing up in the 90s, late 80s, this next band represented everything that was deep and brooding and arty, and I really wanted to be that. I wanted to be one of those, you know, those bands that get interviewed on shows like this and they're really cool and they like compete to see how little they care, and they answer with like 3 words max, and then as the interview goes on, like, they just end up like this. And they're all like, oh my God, I'm touring so hard, and my life is so hard, and I'm just a rock star. And they end up answering questions like, so how's your tour going? And they look at each other and go, like that. I want to be one of those guys. But I'm not. Jim Morrison was. This is The End by The Doors. Oh my God, I'm so sexy and rock and roll. I'm so indie. Where's my people mover? Where's my fucking people mover? Where do you go when you've had a band called Rage Against the Machine? How do you age with any honour? I've heard they're now touring again and demanding Taragos filled with icy orange juice. And I think that's good, because you can't be an anarchist forever. But for the period that they were, they made me want to fight. Briefly. This is Killing in the Name of. Hello, this is Tim Minchin, and you're on Rage. So everyone thinks that Perth is such a small city that everyone knows each other, and that's true. I'm from Perth, and these next guys are from Perth. I jammed with a couple of these guys once. They were called Freud's Pillow. And then about the following week, they formed another band, wrote about 3 songs in about 3 days, and entered campus bands under the name of Eskimo Joe. And, the rest is pretty much history, although I'll always remember the lead singer as I knew him in a play I did at the University of Western Australia, where he played my son. And the image that is burned in my mind is of him curled up on a kitchen table with a fish wrapped in newspaper, masturbating. We were young. Art had no boundaries. This is Eskimo Joe with a song that I think's about the west coast of Australia. It's called From the Sea. I think there comes a time in all art where issues of gender and sexual exploitation dissolve, and everyone comes together and agrees that there's just some really nice bottoms. This is Call on Me by Eric Prides. So I bet when Mrs. Cook was sitting in a lounge room and her son Norman was in his bedroom going, Fat boy Slim is fucking in heaven, fucking in heaven. She was probably really proud, but she probably didn't realise the massive heights her boy Norman would scale. This is Norman Cook, better known as Fat Boy Slim, right here, right now. He lives in Brighton, where there's stones on the beach. I've been there. I've seen his house. So this is a song I filmed a clip for in England on an airstrip in Guildford. I wore a lot of different pairs of trousers that day, and I got to release a dove. After that, I thought I can die now. This is Canvas Bags. I wrote it my very own self.